Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to use a webhook with Housecall Pro and automate some sales follow-ups. The really awesome thing about automations is that you can use it to save you, your team, time, and also make money. And so today I'm going to show you exactly how to set up a webhook with Housecall Pro. I know a lot of Housecall Pro users, they don't understand webhooks or the automations. And so this step-by-step video is going to show you how to set this up, and hopefully it generates you thousands of dollars over the course of the year. Now, if you're unfamiliar with who I am, my name is Corey Edmonds, and I built a pressure washing business from $0 to $2 million, and I did that in 5 years. And I used Housecall Pro in High Level to do that. And the reason I got turned on to High Level was because we were spending thousands of dollars in ad spend per month, and I needed a system that would automatically organize all of my leads, all of my customers, so that my staff never dropped the ball. Now, these automations sent voicemails, text messages, emails. We had monthly newsletters, sales follow-ups, repeat work reminders, sent job checklists, videos to the customer, and it really automated our customers' experience using us so that they knew what was happening every step of the way. And so I'm going to show you how all of that was set up, and mainly show you how to just get started with placing a webhook and using Zapier to automate some sales follow-ups using your own email. So the really cool thing about automations is there is no limit to what you can do. Your only limit is your own imagination. I automated in my company dashboards, reporting, budgets, sales follow-ups, team reminders, all types of things, built landing pages for our Facebook ads, built landing pages for door hangers, QR codes on trucks, business cards, etc., that had the metapixel attached that was dragging offline customers into online places. And that's some of the power that you can use when you use High Level. Now, if you're interested in learning more about High Level, I will leave a link in the description below. Just book a call with me and I will show you how the system works and walk you through what we can set up for you. But for now, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to set up a webhook. All right, so I'm going to move on into Housecall Pro. I'm going to show you how to place this thing. We're going to go into Zapier, get it all set up, and I'll walk you through step by step. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so we're on the dashboard inside of Housecall Pro, and we're going to go to the App Store. So we're going to click this button up here at the top, and we're going to click this black button and go straight to the App Store. And I'm going to show you exactly where all of this lives. Now, there's a couple things that you need to know. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. I'm really familiar where this is. So there's 3 things here. Well, there's a couple things. Let's go ahead and talk about it really quick. Webhooks and Zapier. If you want access to this, you have to be on the max plan. The max plan is like a minimum of $299 a month. If you're not on that plan, then you have to upgrade to get access to this. Now, there's 3 ways that we can integrate in here. The 3 ways that we can integrate in here are via the Zapier integration, which is not very robust at all. There's only a couple of triggers and a couple of actions that we can do with Zapier, the native integration that Housecall Pro built. We have webhooks. That gives us a lot more data, a lot more triggers. We can make a lot more things happen. And then we have the API, which literally you can automate just about everything. You can push information into Housecall Pro and you can catch information out of Housecall Pro. So that is really awesome. Now, I want to just briefly speak on the Zapier integration with Housecall Pro. This is nothing against Housecall Pro at all. Now, the reason their Zapier integration is probably not that robust is because they would probably have a lot of questions regarding Zapier coming into their staff. And, you know, it's very hard when it comes to integrations for them to pay for their own staff to help you integrate with software that they're not getting paid for. So it all makes sense of why it's really not that robust. Okay. But they did give us access to the webhooks and they did open their API. So I'm going to show you how to set this up in webhooks. All right. With webhooks, a webhook is basically like an address. It's like your home address. When you get mail, right, it comes to an address. A webhook is just a URL. And the URL catches the data from Housecall Pro and it sends it to that URL link, all right? So that's what we're essentially doing. We're going to set that webhook up, and then we're going to catch data. So what we'll do is we'll create a fake estimate, and we'll schedule it, and we'll send it, and we'll catch the data in Zapier, and we'll automate some sales follow-ups, okay? All right, so first things first, we're going to go into webhooks. And now you'll have to turn this on, and you'll have to turn everything else on, okay? So if you're in here, you've never set up a webhook before, what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna go to Zapier. And if you don't have Zapier, you will need a login, okay? So we're going to log into Zapier here and get this set up. Now we'll come to the home screen, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight to Zaps. And we are going to, I have already created a folder because I am super OCD. We have hundreds and hundreds of customers in here, and so they all have to be organized. So everything needs to be named and organized for us and for our customers' sake. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and create a folder, call it your testing folder for now while you get this figured out, and then you can roll it out into another folder and keep everything clean. So I've already created that folder. So what I'm gonna do is, it's called a test folder, and we're gonna hit enter, and we're gonna pull that folder up. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is we are gonna go into here, and we're gonna create a new Zap. So you'll see two things in here when it comes to automations. There's triggers and there's actions. A trigger is basically when Housecall Pro sends an estimate, it's going to send the data here, and then we're going to send out an email follow-up via Gmail, okay? So the trigger is Housecall Pro estimate sent, and the action is going to be send an email in Gmail, all right? So what we'll do is we are going to search Webhook. And now you will have to have a paid plan in order to have access to webhooks, I know, but again, you know, this is going to make you thousands and thousands of dollars over the course of a year. So I highly recommend it. If you're a larger company that's spending thousands of dollars on ads, then you need to have sales follow-ups going out. All right, we're going to catch hook. We're going to hit continue, and then we are going to continue. And it is going to give us this URL right here. So we're going to copy this URL. We're going to run back into Housecall Pro, and we are going to paste that in there. We are going to click save. Once you hit save, it will open this up, enable webhook events. You'll want to turn all of these on. I don't use the leads and I don't use the job appointments, so I have those off for now. So you'll want to turn everything on in here. You can just copy mine if you want. And you're going to click save. All right, just like that. Save, 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 save. Okay, so notice we can only have one webhook here. Now I don't want this to deter you from creating more webhooks. You can add more webhooks, but you're going to add them under Zapier integrations. So we'll go back to the App Store and I'll show you that really fast. I wish Housecall Pro would kind of fix this a little bit. So if anybody's watching, Roland, or anybody on the team, please fix this so that all the webhooks live under one place. And the other thing that I highly recommend is please allow us to name these webhooks. You can see how many webhooks we have in here. These are automating various different things. They're automating follow-ups, reports, you name it, okay? So you can have unlimited webhooks. You would just click right here, add it, just like this, and save it, okay? So, but for now, I'm not gonna add anything. Again, that's what you'll need to know if you're running multiple webhooks. All right, so now that we have added that, what we're going to do is we're gonna go create a new estimate. So we'll pop into here, and I have already got my information in here. And what I'm going to do is search my information, and I am going to add myself, and we're gonna create this little estimate here. And so we'll go here, we'll use this one, and this is going to be the email, perfect. And then we're just gonna quickly add a service. We're going to do asphalt roof cleaning and $2,000. Our pressure washing tickets on average are anywhere from $1,800 to $2,200. That's our average ticket price. So sales follow-ups are highly recommended, right? This helps us close more deals. All right, we're gonna schedule this on a Saturday so I can delete it. I'm going to dispatch this to Cole Cole is the new owner of my company. If you aren't familiar, I sold my company to one of my employees that was loyal and had been with me since day one. So it just felt right. He knew all the processes and procedures, and he's a lifer out there in Washington State. I have since moved back to South Carolina. So anyway, we're going to dispatch this to Cole. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some estimate fields. I really like the estimate fields because they're unlike tags. With the estimate fields, you can go to the settings and add these estimate fields. And whereas a tag, if I was to create a tag, I hit enter, it creates this as a tag. So my employees were always misspelling tags. I hated it because it really screwed up our reporting. And so we kind of switched from tags to these estimate fields. And now what's really cool here is I can get really crazy with the automations. And what I personally like to do is if it's commercial, we send a different follow-up to commercial jobs. So if it was commercial exterior cleaning, then they got a different set of follow-ups whenever we hit send. Now, if it was residential, they got hammered with follow-ups, okay? And then same thing for Christmas lights. They got different text messages, emails, and voicemails, and videos and stuff like that. So we use estimate fields to drive the correct messaging to the customer. All right, so that's why I like that. Tags, we only use that to apply the salesperson. And believe it or not, because the sales guys make commission, they never get those tags wrong. So we don't have a bunch of crazy misspelled tags floating around our system. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're about to hit save. So let me go back into Zapier. Make sure that you have this pulled up because we're going to test this. This thing is listening, right? So this has to be pulled up in order to catch the data. That's the weird thing with Webhooks. So make sure this is pulled up. And so what we're going to do is we're gonna hit save estimate. And now we should see this test come in. The first test is going to say foo bar. That is because it is showing that Housecall Pro is connected, right? So that always comes through. So whoops, let me go back here. We're gonna hit test. Sometimes you may have to hit this more than once to catch the data. There's request B, and we'll have estimate dot option created, okay? So this is the trigger here. Now what I want to automate on is estimate sent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into Housecall Pro and we're gonna hit send. And so we are going to hit next, and we are going to hit text message and send. Now I'm going to go back into Zapier. I'm gonna hit find new records, and we should see estimate.sent. So you may have to click this a few times. There it is, request C, and the event is called estimate.sent, okay? So now what we are going to do is you can see I've caught all of this data out of Housecall Pro, the name, the email, the phone number, you name it. So you could literally plug text messages, emails, all types of stuff in here. At a certain point, it becomes like really duct taped together and it becomes kind of, trashy, and it becomes expensive. And that's where we use high level because it's much more organized. There's less going on. All the automations, everything are under one roof, and it's cheaper. All right. So what we're going to do is first things first, we're going to add a filter here. So we want to only filter for estimate sent. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to search that event. And now I know this stuff very well, so I know what I'm looking for here. So we're looking for event. So when the event exactly matches estimate.sent, this will work. All right. So now we're going to test that to make sure it works. And so it did work. So there we are. We're going to hit continue. And now we're going to name all of these steps. So we're going to filter estimate.sent. Okay, so I know what's going on in here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add a delay. So I want to delay this for 1 day, right? So we want it to feel, we want it to feel normal, right? And real, even though this is coming from the computer, okay? So we're going to delay for, continue, and we're going to delay for 1 day. All right, we'll hit continue. And again, rename your step, delay for 1 day. All right, and we're gonna click rename. And now what we're gonna do is go to Gmail. So we'll go here, Gmail, And you're going to need your Gmail login. I'm gonna just log into my personal email here, and we're gonna scroll down and we're going to hit send email. We're gonna hit continue. All right, now this is where we're going to map in the fields that are coming from Housecall Pro into here so that it sends to the email, all right? So what we'll do here is we are going to put the customer's email. So customer, I'm going to look here for the email. There it is, estimate customer email. So now it would plug in office@myservicerobot.com. And we're going to plug in the email that it's coming from. So it's already there, just like that. From name, we're gonna plug this in right here. So you could plug your company name in if you want. You could plug in the salesperson's name so that it dynamically populates. So we had three sales guys. So we had 2 full-time and then like a kind of like a fill-in. And so if any one of those sales guys sends the estimate, it will populate their name here. So what we'll do is we are going to look for employee, assigned employee. Well, that's company name. So we could plug that in, or you could just write it. But what we're gonna do here is, this kind of gets a little annoying here because you can't read it. So what I like to do is I'll go back up here to the catch hooks section. I will click on that request again, and we're looking for Cole's name. So Cole, so it's going to be assigned employee's first name and last name. So what we'll do here is we're going to click this, copy. I'm gonna run back down here, and we are going to go from name. I'm gonna click this and paste that in there. First name, space bar, M. So that way it says Cole M. And then again, you can plug your company name in here. You can do whatever you want. All right, and we're gonna leave the reply to normal. And then what we're gonna do is plug the customer's name in here. So customer, so it dynamically populates every single time. Corey, thanks so much for your time yesterday. Thanks so much for your time yesterday. Yes, sir. Oops, sorry, I gotta talk out loud to myself. And now I already have this email written out here. So let me just go grab it and copy and paste really fast. So I'm gonna run over here to my Gmail inbox, and I'm gonna copy this right here. Sneak peek, this is what it looks like. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna hit paste. Okay, so what we'll do is we want it to dynamically populate the customer's name. So customer's first name, comma. So we're gonna go assigned employee. So it's Cole from yesterday's estimate. I just wanted to say thank you for having us out to do an estimate yesterday. It's Cole from yesterday. I just wanted to say thank you for having us out to do an estimate. Let's move that. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. Also, one more thing, if you want to book in the next 5 days, I can give you an additional 5% off. Talk soon. Have a wonderful day. Cole. And again, we want to put the salesperson's name. So we're going to go assigned employee, first name. And then it would populate Cole. All right. So now what we can do is we will hit continue, and we're going to hit test step. And so what that did was it sent a test to our email. So let's go take a look at this. And here it is. So notice it says Cole M as the sender name, and it's put Corey and thanks together. So we'll go back and fix that. and we're gonna hit configure again, and we are going to go to the subject line, and we just need to hit space there. We're gonna hit continue, and we'll hit retest that step. So always test it on yourself first to make sure that it's working the way you want. Okay, boom, it came in, there's the space. So Corey, thanks so much for your time yesterday. Hey Corey, it's Cole. Okay, so see, you'll want to definitely test this out to make sure that you have everything written properly. Make sure it has space, continue, retest. Let's go look again. And boom, there it is. Corey, thanks so much for your time yesterday. Hey Corey, it's Cole from yesterday. I wanted to say thank you for having us out to do an estimate. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. Also, one more thing, if you want to book in the next 5 days, I can give you an additional 5% off. Talk soon, have a wonderful day. Cole. All right, so that dynamically populates the salesperson's name, and it dynamically populates the customer's name. So every time you send an estimate, it would populate the customer's name. They would get this 1 day later. All right, so now what we can do to save time is we could copy this, and we could click this button and paste below, and then we could change this delay step to, we could go, 4 days later. All right, so, and then we would rename this, add another email, okay? So just like that. And so now here's the one thing that you'll wanna think about is my pressure washing company, the services weren't like totally serious, if you will. So customers could close like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, a month later, whatever. It wasn't like plumbing or HVAC where I have a leaky pipe in my house and I got to get it fixed ASAP. So that's something that you would want to consider is how long do you want your sales follow-ups to be? If you have a leaky pipe in your house, your customer is going to go with somebody very, very fast. Okay. So you may not need 90 days of sales follow-ups. You may just need 7 or 14 days, right? So that's something that you'll want to consider. Now, you can set this all up. This is, I'll show you one other thing. We can branch this off and we can do different triggers. So let's go branch this off really fast. So what I will do here is let's add a branch. So we're going to do a path. And so we're going to rename this path. We're going to call it estimate.sent. And then what we could do is job.completed. And so this is the event data that kicks out when you complete a job, for instance. And so what we could do here is automate repeat reminders, okay? So I hope you're really catching on to this because this stuff can make you thousands and thousands of dollars. Like this is literally wacko, okay? All right, so essentially what we do is we've created these paths here and we'll set up these conditions. This path is really just a filter, much like this step right up here. So what we're gonna do is essentially recreate this filter down here, just like this. And what we will do is we want event, and we're gonna do exactly matches estimate sent, estimate.sent. We're gonna hit continue. And again, we could retest that and it works. And we're gonna do this too as well, event. So we'll do event exactly matches job.scheduled. And so now you could create these paths and job.scheduled is job.scheduled. That's where you could send a checklist, right, to a customer. So you could have let's just leave this here. We're just gonna rename this, scheduled, just like this. And then let's add another path here for job.completed. And rename job.completed. Boom, boom. And you know what I'm gonna do is I take the lazy way out of this stuff sometimes. So copy, and what we're gonna do here is duplicate, and we're just gonna delete this one, delete, and we are going to rename this, boom, and we're gonna go here and just go completed. All right, and then when I test this step, it's not gonna work. If you have trouble publishing this, make sure to look for these little exclamation points. It wants you to test these all first before you can publish it. All right, now what we're gonna do, because the way this works is we are going to just move this stuff around. So I'm gonna actually delete this. We're gonna delete. We are going to, copy this. We're going to paste to replace. We're going to delete this, delete. We're going to copy. We're going to paste below, just like that. Make sure to name these steps so you know what the heck is going on here. So thank you. We'll just name that just like that. We're going to copy that. We're going to paste to replace. We're going to rename this. We're going to delay for, let's say 300 days. All right, we're going to click rename. And then this is going to get people on your calendar every single year. So boom, 300 days, just like that, boom. And we're going to skip that test. We're not going to sit here for 300 days. And job.scheduled. What we'll do is we're going to hit copy and we're going to paste below. I'm going to just go ahead and delete this just like that. We're going to rename this so that you kind of get an understanding. Job customer checklist, upcoming job customer checklist. We're gonna rename that, and then copy, and we'll paste below. And what we'll do here is doop. We're gonna rename this rework reminder. Okay, so we're just gonna do that just for instance, okay? Now in this checklist, now you would obviously want to, for video's sake, I'm not gonna go edit these messages, but you kind of get the gist here. But what I will do here, just so you can see this, is we'll change the subject line here. Hey, Corey, here's a checklist for tomorrow. Checklist for your upcoming job. We can actually name that something different. So we'll just do this. Washing. Let's see, what did I name this? Always courtesy checklist. Corey's courtesy checklist for pressure washing. Okay, so hey Corey, this is just a courtesy checklist to help you prepare for your upcoming job. Close all windows and doors. Pick up dog crap out of the yard. This is so ridiculous. Okay, so you really wouldn't want to do that, right? But we worded that nicely, right? So we didn't have dog poop on our hoses. Okay. All right. So anywho, so we're just gonna hit continue. We're gonna hit skip test. And now what would happen here is we're gonna go ahead and clean the rest of this up, delete, and we're going to delete, just like that. All right. So now we have an idea of what the heck is going on here. Let me zoom out so you can get a brief look at what this thing looks like. So when an estimate is sent out, a Housecall Pro sends sales follow-ups. When the job is scheduled, sends the customer a checklist. When the job is completed, a year later, 300 days later, they get a rework reminder, right? To get them back on the schedule every single year. All right, so essentially now all we have to do is basically go send an estimate or send the job, and we'll just copy this to a job, copy. And we are going to, job is not assigned. Cool, we'll assign it, and we're going to assign it to, all right. I'm an idiot. We're just gonna assign it to Cole. We're gonna click save, just like that. We're going to schedule it for schedule. We're gonna schedule it for that day, just like that. We're gonna hit save. And just like that, we should get an email. So there's the Housecall Pro message, and we should get that courtesy checklist. So let's go back into Zapier. We'll check to see what happened here. Continue. Test. We're gonna find new records. And job.scheduled. Boom. And we're going to check our inbox. Inbox. Boom, boom, boom. And get rid of these. Boom. And it would essentially send me a checklist, that checklist to clean up. So let's just check to see if it went to spam. I don't think it did. Inbox. Up. So we can troubleshoot our Zaps, see what happened. Maybe I got this spelled wrong. We'll hit copy. And we're gonna go to here and whoops, let's go here. Test. We're gonna continue with that record and we're just gonna troubleshoot while we're on here. So we're gonna retest this filter. Boom. So this does work. It should have sent that email. Where is that email? Sent. Oh, whoops, all inbox. Boom, 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 boom. We can also do, oh, I'm sorry. It didn't work because this wasn't published. The Zap's not turned on. I'm a dingbat, okay? So this would have sent, had that been on, and essentially we would see this message in there. Oh, one other thing is from estimate to estimate and job data is totally separate. So what we'll have to do is this event matched, but if you go in here and you hit configure, you'll notice these yellow fields. It's because it's not working. So again, you would have to map these fields. This is kind of wonky, but it just is what it is. And we're just gonna put Pacific Northwest Pro Wash as the from name. And we're going to go here and we're gonna map in the customer's name. So customer name, and we're gonna map that in here. Click that plus button. Customer. Boom. Continue. Test the step. And boom. There it is. There's my courtesy checklist. Okay, so now in order to publish this, so if we wanted to publish this, notice that we have yellow here. That means that not all of these steps have been tested. So what we're gonna do, we know this is gonna work, so we're gonna skip the test on that. We're gonna also skip the test on that, and we're gonna go over here and skip the test on that. We're looking for these green check marks on all of these. Yep, green check marks on everything. That means we're good to go, and boom, we would publish this, and now it's live. And literally in what, 30 minutes, we've set this up, and it's gonna make us thousands of dollars. Thousands, right? Thousands of dollars. It's all set up, it's ready to go. 30 minutes, right? So that's the power of automations. You can do it one time, set it and forget it. It's freaking amazing. Like, this does so much for your business to save you time and make you more money. It's literally unbelievable. All right. So, yeah. And so again, if you are a busy home service business owner and you have office staff in place and you just want this set up for you and you want the text message features and you want it all organized and built out for you so that you don't have to do it, just click the link below. I'm going to leave a place for you to book a call with me. You can book a call and learn more about this stuff and see what we can set up for your company. We automate, obviously, the sales follow-ups, the reminders. We organize all your new leads coming into one place. You'll have a pipeline. I'll go ahead and show you. We can automate dashboards, reports. We automated hiring, which is really freaking crazy. So let's go take a look at My Service Robot. we're gonna go pop in here really fast. And so we have this dashboard. This is hooked up to our Housecall Pro account. All of our customers are coming into here and they're moving through this pipeline completely automatically. Notice when I scheduled my job, here I am, and there's the total ticket price, right? So we have $116,000 on the schedule right now. Okay, when the job is completed, it sits there for a day and moves off the screen. This pipeline cleans itself out automatically. When the customer approves or declines the estimate, they get messages, they get sales follow-ups every single step of the way. They get text messages, emails, voicemails, videos, checklists, all types of stuff. And the really, really awesome, cool thing about this is that you're actually automating your customer experience using your company, rather than relying on your employees saying, hey, make sure every time when this job is scheduled, send this video and do this and do that. It's just not going to happen. You can't really rely on people like that because it's easy to forget these things. And so with the computer, you can automate a lot of this stuff, and it makes your customers happy. It makes them prepared. It makes them more knowledgeable. Like on estimate scheduled, when we schedule an estimate, we let the customer know of all of the services that we offer. And so they're more likely to pay more money for and get more services when we come out there and do the estimate. The other really, really cool thing about all of this too is our reporting. So we have our dashboard in here. And now I'm not in love with the high level reports. And so what I did with my company is we automated stuff in spreadsheets. We're currently working on, moving over to Airtable. It's a little bit easier to work with, and the mobile app is really, really good. So you can actually embed your own reports in here. So like this is a budget that we set up for the year, and it tracks automatically using these automations. And so it's hooked to QuickBooks, it's hooked to Housecall Pro, and literally this thing is freaking awesome. It's kind of like set it and forget it, and then we can track our budget. So you can have these reports, you can have technician reports, you can have like revenue and unpaid job reports. Like there's no limit to this stuff. Literally the only limit is your imagination. So if you're interested in checking out My Service Robot, you want this done for you, again, we only work with people that have office staff. We only work with busy home service business owners. And we really only work with people that are spending thousands a month in ads. So if that's you and you just want this done for you, make sure to click the link below and schedule a call with me. Otherwise, that is it. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching. Now let's get to automating.